How was my first battle, and how was the scene different back then than it is now? Let's take you back to the 90s today at the Knowledge Drop. Focus. Yeah, welcome to the Knowledge Drop by Focus at the Flowmo Crew, BBOY and Cypher Studio. Let's take you back to the 90s today, all the way to my first organized battle competition. I got into breaking in the springtime 1995 when I saw B-boys make a circle in the disco, spin on their backs, and do the worm. That blew my mind. I had to get into it, had to give it a try. Ever since then, I braked with my friends after school nearly every day, and 2 years later we formed our first crew, Midpoint Rockers, in 1997. With the new crew we were hungry and we were after some battles, but the problem was that there was no organized battle competitions at all. The scene in the 80s had been beautiful, but it died out late 80s, so there was no events. And little by little, more b-boys and b-girls started to pop up, more crews started to show up, but nobody had the courage to organize a battle competition yet. So we would go to hip-hop parties then, or rap concerts, make a circle in the audience and battle in the ciphers, because there was no competitions. It was very different than it is today with the organized competitions. We had no judges systems, no round limits, no tiebreakers, no judges, no none of that. So when it was time to break, it went down in the circles. This all changed in 1999 when an organizer called Kulski in Helsinki decided that it's time to bring the battles back. 5th of December 1999, he organized the first Helsinki battle. It was a Battle of the Year style competitions, crew battle only, showcase from everybody, and the best crews went to the third and the first place battles. This blew everybody's minds. It had been bubbling under for years and years, and it was time to battle again. It was battle time. I lived in the central Finland that time, about 3 hours away from Helsinki, where the battle was. And we thought, like, why not? Let's organize a full bus ride. So we rented out the bus, got it full, and headed down to Helsinki. So we made it to the event, and we were backed up by around 50 people from our city, so we were feeling confident and strong. We had prepared a show, and we performed together with the local MC, Ilphrase. We asked for a microphone from the DJ and rocked the show with an MC this time. I remember jumping on the stage for my first solo, feeling nervous but energized by the fact that we are finally here with doing this. Jumped on a 90 and nailed it, 2.5, 3 rounds, everybody blew up. Did a swipe, windmill, halo, 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 and that was it. Our show got the crew straight to the final battle. Bring on the footage. So the final battle was Midpoint Rockers, my crew on the right, and Magnificent Moves from Helsinki on the left. Kulski, the organizer, was the DJ. Electrodynamics crew from the 80s from Helsinki was judging. And Charles Salter, Max C, the guy who started teaching the first classes in Helsinki back in the 80s, was the host. So the energy was pretty electric at the time. Everybody had been waiting for this for so long. And if I remember right, it was altogether 13 crews competing. So it was a lot of b-boys and b-girls in the place. So you can see me rocking in the green pants over here. Besides me, we had Yanni, we had Bossy, we had Noisy One, Mikko Algren, my teacher, and we had 5th guest and also Antti, representing Midpoint Rockers. And like you can see from the footage, the vibe was a little bit different. Let's go through some of the key differences that you had in the late 90s Finland battle style versus today. Let's start with battle skills first. Naturally, this was the first of its kind for after a long time, so experience wasn't really there. But then again, there was some pros and cons. Let's take pros first. If you look at these battles, they're more of a conversation between the two crews or the dancers. So it's not that much running your sets and doing your best every single round. The battle kind of builds up. You start with a couple of top rock rounds and then you start adding on, and the whole conversation flows and the battle evolves over the half an hour that it takes. So yes, it was a half an hour battle, 30 minutes, even though today you might go for 2 or 3 rounds max with the battle like this per dancer. So yes, it was a half an hour battle compared to 2 or 3 rounds in the finals these days per dancer. But then again, in the con side, you can see that from the other side there might be 2, maybe 3 people coming in a row, and then the other person replies. Bunch of electric boogie and some locking in the battle too and stuff. So super versatile. Now the second big difference is the music, of course. This time around we were mostly dancing to electro, 80s electro beats. What we saw on B Street, the DJ dropped pretty much the same stuff, and there was really no funk or current rap or break beats. Of course it was just this event, and it changed pretty fast after this to more funk and more rap and hip hop. But at the same time it's interesting to watch Herbie Hancock rock it in every single battle, people going crazy over that beat. The third difference I can see is the reactions from the audience. Nothing like this had been happening for a long time. People had never seen this stuff before, so they went crazy. Nowadays people are kind of spoiled because they see high level breaking every single day in their iPhones, and they go to a high level competition every single weekend. But back then you had to wait for 4 years for the first battle. The hunger was real. So cool, let's enjoy a couple of rounds from Helsinki Battle 1999 and hopefully you get inspired by the style. Oh yeah, and that was it. We came prepared, we felt confident after working so hard for years, and once they announced the winners, Meat Rockers took it. After that, more and more events started to drop, and we noticed that we needed to travel too in order to get better. But that's a whole nother story, so thank you for tuning in. Next up, join my free footwork workshop at BBOYDojo.com, and I'll see you over there, y'all. Peace!